I think I just got a little scared. So I don't know if you've ever done anything in life and you have made significant changes and improvement to your life. Like I've done this all the time, like with weight. Like I'll like make a health goal and then I will start seeing results and then I'll stop going to the gym and then I just reverse everything again. It's like we have this like thermostat that kind of we have to like intentionally increase or decrease that barometer, that internal compass. And so that's what I think that I did a little bit with my channel, with my YouTube channel, is I got scared because I started seeing results, right? So I had a video that had almost 2,000 views and I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. Like this is exactly the result I want. And then right after that, I really slowed down the production of creating YouTube videos. So we'll unpack that a little bit because I cannot be the only person that is doing stuff like this. It's super, super normal, but also like a little frustrating. And I think if we don't confront that straight on, we just kind of like continue doing the same thing, right? So today I'm trying to switch things up a little bit because I'm realizing that the way I've been creating videos is really slow. And I think because there's so many steps from the creation process of my videos, I'm almost just not even doing anything because I feel like there's so much to do that I'm kind of like sabotaging myself from the start, right? But today, so we're gonna try this where I'm actually talking to the camera and it's feeling a little bit awkward and weird because I haven't actually sat down and filmed a video like this for a really long time. So let's see how it goes. Part of the problem was I created a successful video and then I stopped creating videos. Not really successful, but what felt successful to me. And I've just been thinking about that. And honestly, what happened is I think I got a little scared. I got scared that this thing that I've been dreaming of and wanting to happen for so many years is actually going to come true. And then people are going to actually watch my videos. And I'm not going to actually be making videos for the void of YouTube to sit there and collect dust, that people will engage in them and comment on them. And heaven forbid, there's people that might not like them and give me the thumbs down or leave negative feedback or just mean comments on my videos. That's very real. That's a very real fear for me. It's this fear of being seen, this fear of, like judgment, I guess. And that's just something I need to be better about, being a little tougher. Like on the outside, I'm like, yeah, whatever, it doesn't really bother me. But sometimes on the inside, I'm like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake, right? And that's something that I have to work through. That's like a me problem, right? I also have recently moved, which is great because I have this great space to work in. I feel like I actually have a dedicated space to create videos and to paint. And you know what's driving me crazy? Is I haven't actually been using it as much as I could. Like I have this great space. It's a loft. I have all my artwork up. I have like a spot to put my easel and my paints and I can paint up here. And I'm just like milling around doing my daily life. And I think about, oh, I should go up there and get some work done. And then I don't. And it's just like, I need to start prioritizing that time. So we moved. That's a big thing. That's a big change. And so I'm trying to give myself a little grace for why it's taking me a long time to get from X to Z and why it's just, I need to have that space and that time to settle in. Also, I work at a school and school has recently started, which means I have been incredibly busy. Yes. So I have to give myself some grace for that. Not only am I working again, but I'm also getting my two kids to and from school and to and from after school programs and enrichment and sports and all of this stuff. So realistically, I just haven't been home as much as I was in the summer. And even in the summer, I wasn't creating as much because I was still like getting settled in. So I'm hoping that creating these videos that are low impact, where I'm not having to set everything up to film, I'm hoping I can gain a little consistency in the creation process of my videos. Lastly, I think I haven't been creating as much, and I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but it's like, once you build the momentum, like with working out, like once I build the routine of like, oh, this is my workout routine, this is what I do every day, it's easier for me to continue doing that. But then like when something changes and interrupts that schedule, sometimes I have a hard time getting my footing on building like new momentum in that thing. So I think I'm still in that phase where it's like, okay, you moved your whole house, you had to set up a new house, now you're here, everything's great, but now you have to build that momentum again of like making regular content. And I think because I went from doing a video every week to trying to just do a video every other week, and then it became a video just once a month, I think that time between creating YouTube videos is just getting too long, and it's like making me feel nervous and uncomfortable in front of the camera, and now I'm just feeling awkward. So it's like this vicious cycle that I'm gonna be working on breaking down, and hopefully getting more consistent content up on YouTube so people can discover me and become part of this awesome community that I want to build. That in my brain, I'm like, yes, I do want to build it. And then my subconscious brain, I'm like, do you? Are you sure you want to be the leader of that? And then I'm like, yeah. So it's like this back and forth battle that I've been dealing with for like several years now. So I feel like, you know, I'm just getting ready to be ready, and that is just going to become easier, and I'm just going to be accepting of that fact that I'm just going to be a little nervous, and sometimes, you know, people are going to say mean things, and I have to remember to focus on all of the kind and wonderful feedback that I get from the community that actually cares about me. I'm starting to realize that the momentum that I built and then halts when it comes to the creation process of online content has everything to do with me. It's me self-sabotaging that success. So I need to remain, you know, just kind of, I think the best way to start is just recognizing that, yeah, this has kind of been a cycle, and that's okay, and it will get easier, and just I'm needing to remember to use my strategies to maintain good mental health while I'm creating content, which, I mean, for me, one is really remembering that everyone has an opinion and that's okay. And it doesn't have to be true for me, right? So people can leave mean, positive or negative comments, and I can look at them more in a neutral lens and only really focus on the ones that actually help me grow my business. Two is remembering that I don't need to be checking my YouTube, the backside of YouTube all the time, meaning like the creator part of it. Like, I don't need to read comments all the time. Like, I think one thing that's really helped me is for a while I completely took YouTube, the YouTube creator app off my phone because I was just checking it too much. I was checking it way too often, and it just wasn't good for my mental health. And now when I go on there, I'm much more intentional, and I take a breath. I'm like, okay, are you ready to hear feedback? Because I think that's the one of the biggest things I've struggled with as a creator is I struggle to receive feedback when it's negative, especially when that feedback feels really out of pocket. So if it's just like I go on and someone's like, ew, this art's disgusting, I'm like, how could you? But then I remember art is objective, so it's okay for people to have those opinions, right? So I'm really like trying to work with myself through that process and remembering that me checking comments, like when my own mental health isn't good, or like when I'm tired or just waking up in the morning, is not helpful for my mental health in the long run of YouTube. So that is super important for me, is to just have that brief check-in with myself before I open comments, before I look at how many likes or dislikes a video has. I actually just check in with my own body and be like, okay, are you ready to receive feedback? Because feedback is neutral. It's like, it can be helpful feedback, it can be unhelpful, it can make you feel good, whatever. But just checking in with me and being like, okay, are you ready? All right, let's check. And trying to minimize those times that I'm checking constantly, because I do not need to be checking constantly. You guys aren't going to get mad at me if I don't reply to your comment within 5 seconds of you leaving the comment. Those are things that I'm kind of thinking about as I'm starting the momentum of building and, you know, creating on a more regular basis again. I hope this has helped you guys in some way. I know as being an artist, one of our jobs is to put ourselves out there. And that can be really hard and really scary, but hopefully I am hoping that we can do that together and be brave with each other. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.